Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Analyst Certification, where we are in Chapter 1 talking about tasks related to test analyst in the test process. Of course, continuing with the last segment, that is 1.3 tasks related to work products, and finally covering the last subsegment, that is 1.3.7 tools applied in managing the testware, and we are giving you a quick introduction to the tools which a test analyst would be utilizing or making use of throughout the testing lifecycle. As a part of foundation level, we have discussed already about the variety of tools, and we have also told you that the different tools can be used for different purposes throughout the lifecycle. So it's not necessary that a test analyst is someone who might be using only one or few tools. They might be using multiple tools for different purposes. So as a part of this small segment, we would like to talk more about what kind of tools a test analyst would come across and make use of throughout their journey, and what are the usage of these tools, like what are the purposes. However, when it comes to the benefits and drawbacks and risk involved in using a tool, they have been covered already in the foundation level. But beyond that, like what is a POC, how do we select a new tool, and many other things would be covered as a part of the test manager certification. So here we are keeping it light. In fact, this was a chapter earlier, but now has been reduced to a topic. So let's get into the deep dive and try understanding that what exactly are we trying to convey you from here. So to talk about a proper testware management using tools can help the test analyst support the overall test process. The tools can provide the status of the work product and support test monitoring and test control. In case of failures in the system under test, they allow the test analyst to check the test results from previous test runs and analyze the point in time where the defects have occurred. Also, some key types of tools when managing the testware include the following. However, before that, a simple context. Of course, the tools are a part of their day-to-day life. A test analyst is someone who's going to perform a lot of activities throughout the life cycle, which we have understood so far. So as a part of it, there might be many activities which would be done via a tool. Then of course, understanding the tool, using the tool, and making sure the tool gives enough information that can help a test analyst make a decision that what went wrong in case of failures or what went right in case of success is very much important. So they must know in and out how to operate these tools, and these are those common tools which a test analyst always come across. So, of course, the number one to talk about is a test management tool. So here it provides a repository for all the relevant testware, including like test condition, test cases, scripts, tools, test suites, and the runs, that is executions. Now the tools also facilitate the traceability between the requirement and test cases or defect and test cases and requirements, also retrieval of test cases at any point of time, scheduling a test run, recording a test result, and overall reporting of the test progress and the quality. That means test management is a one-point solution to the entire test management within the test process. Whereas the second item here is of course about defect management tool, and they take care of logging the defects, prioritizing the defects, and monitoring the overall progress of the defect, including the process of entire defect resolution. So at any point of time, someone can easily visualize the status of defects and the count and many matrices related to defects in the process by just having a proper defect management tool. The third option, of course, is about data management tool. So this helps you to create and maintain the test data, including the protection of sensitive data. So there are many pre-processing activities which can also be done as a part of test data management tool, including configuration management tool, which basically takes care of some of the activities related to development also, including releases, operation processes, including managing the configuration availability of the test environment. Now, just to quickly go back in the foundation, we told you configuration management is just not about maintaining the testware. It takes care of unique identification of any item, traceability, the version control, and history management. So these days, these configuration tools, configuration management comes as a part of the test management or defect management tool, or it can even be opted directly, like GitHub or Bitbucket SVN repository as a direct version control management system. So exactly, it can be inbuilt or can be an independent software too. Also, to add here, the requirement management tool could be used separately, and this basically helps you to contain and track high-level requirements, ensuring these are clearly defined, versioned, and traced through the SDLC. Now, you can say that requirement management tools individually these days are not used, but however, they can be a part of the test management tool itself. Now, that's why a test management tool then, if it consists of test management, defect management, requirement management, release management, everything end to end, then you call such tools as ALM, okay, application lifecycle management, which consists of all the events of the entire application, right? So that's how you basically understand that what kind of common tools we come across, and test analyst is someone who will be responsible to make use of it. The additional thing which we want to talk about here is the information related to the test analyst managing all these testware using these tools. So the test analyst supports the management of testware by doing all these activity like analyzing the project and release to select the correct subset of testware, defining an appropriate functional or maybe the technical structure for the organization of test cases in the test management tool, adding metadata to the test cases, which is like information on the effort that is related to test execution or the specific test environment required. Also ensuring the traceability between the requirements, test conditions, test runs, and defects, and selecting the correct test suites for regression testing, and finally configuration management of the test cases, including the identification of outdated test cases. So in simple word, indirectly we just told you that what's the purpose of these tools, or you can even say what kind of benefits do we get from these tools, or what does test analyst do with these tools. So either of these questions can be easily answered by having these pointers in mind, and which would easily correlate to that of what exactly do we achieve by having tools within the organization. So a test analyst is someone who should be very much familiar with all the tools they need to make use of on day-to-day basis and be a professional of that so that they can help other people to understand that better. Once to conclude, of course, tools help to organize, track, and ensure the quality of the test process. The TA, that is test analyst, supports this effort by selecting, structuring, and maintaining the test cases, ensuring traceability, and managing test cases version for efficient testing and test control, which put together make sure one thing, that the test analysts have a lot of great responsibility to make sure what they do by using the test tools. Well, that's all from this particular topic, and that's all from this particular chapter. We will be coming back to you with the sample questions in the next tutorial, so stay tuned for that. That's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.